Hello, it is your host, Johnny from Johnny's Book Reviews, the site to help inspire you guys to go read. So, go read anything and everything. So, usually on Fridays I do a book review, but this week I wasn't able to make and edit the episode the way I wanted to. So, I'll have to postpone it till next Tuesday or Wednesday. So, stay tuned for that. This week actually is going to be a quick little episode over news that I got over the Amulet series by Kazu Kibuishi. I already reviewed this series before. If you have not checked it out, definitely check it out. It's just a graphic novel series, and we've been waiting for number 9 for almost 5.5, 6 years. I'm pretty excited, but I really wanted to provide more information on that for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Goodreads, and Twitter at Johnny's Book Reviews, definitely do that. I provide a ton of reviews on there as well. So Goodreads is just review based. Now for my other social media handles, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc., those are the ones where I provide my reviews, but also videos over the books, and then also provide little pictures of signed books I get, or pictures of quotes I see from books that sparked my interest. I provide a ton of stories on my Instagram page, so definitely stay tuned for those, and definitely check that out at Johnny's Book Reviews. And follow me, of course, too. And then also, I provide a short every day over a book that I see, a signed book that I'm getting or have collected, or a review over a book. I'm going to probably hit it more short reviews on that platform, so definitely stay tuned for that. But again, you can follow me on YouTube at Johnny's Book Reviews. So follow me and get awesome tips and book reviews, and also videos, short videos of books that I think look cool, etc. And then also my website at johnnysbookreviews.com. I have a ton of book reviews that I haven't been able to put on here yet. So definitely look at that. I have also a lot of reading questions that I have on there, like how do I save money on books? How have I not spent any money on books, etc., etc. And one year I spent no money on books, and I provide a blog on there. So definitely look at that. If you guys want to support this channel, you can give a donation from $2 to $10 per month. That helps out provide better reviews for you guys, or help with equipment, etc., to provide better reviews. And then also, if you guys want to support this channel too, I have merch on the bonfire.com at Johnny's Book Reviews. I have a read bands book where I have 8 banned books that I sparked my interest and that I've read, and they go over a wide range of topics: sexuality, gender, sexual assault, mental health, etc. And I thought those books were really good to put onto the shirt, and so that's what I did. Read banned books. I have 2 lines, and then I also have a Go Read line, Challenge Yourself line, the Johnny's Book Reviews logo line. So definitely check that out at Johnny's Book Reviews on bonfire.com. And then, of course, follow this podcast for more reviews that comes out every Friday. So I'll drop an episode every Friday, roughly around 8 to 10 a.m. So definitely check that out. Stay tuned and follow or subscribe to this podcast. So before we begin, let's talk about real estate. It's a really good passive income, but how do you get into real estate? You have to buy the property and deal with annoying tenants. Who wants that, really? What if you could buy into a portfolio an account that buys the properties for you and handles the tenants? Is that such a thing? Yep. It's called a real estate index fund, but I use Fundrise, as this company is one of the better real estate index funds out there. You can start as little as $5, and if you use my referral link, you get $25. https://fundrise.com/r/OPR3ZP. Again, it's fundrise.com/r/OPR3ZP. You'll get a $25. I'll get $25 as well, but the main point is that you're going to be setting up a real awesome real estate portfolio risk fee. You don't have to worry about the tenants. You don't have to worry about buying the property. They have properties, commercial warehouses, and multi-million-dollar apartment complexes. When you invest into this account, you're buying shares specifically into those buildings and those properties that they own. But once you buy or put money into the account, diversifies it into all the properties that they own. So again, use my referral link, sign up, and get started with real estate today. Again, my referral link is rise.com/ROPR3ZP. Again, the referral link is OPR3ZPR. All right, so before we get into the news and everything like that, I want to talk to you guys about the series. Now, I provide a lot more information about the series, the Amleth series, my review, everything like that, in a prior episode. So if you're not checked that out, definitely check that out. But very quickly, the series, and this is on Amazon.com, it says the series is about after the tragic death of the father, Emily and Navin Moore move with their mother to the home of her deceased great grandfather. But the strange house proves to be dangerous. Before long, a sinister creature lures the kid's mom through a door in the basement. Em and Navin, desperate not to lose her, follow her into an underground world inhabited by demons, robots, and talking animals. This is more of a sci-fi realm book that is geared toward kids, but I would say anyone can read these books because I mean they're good. They have a ton of art in them. If you're artist, if you draw, definitely get some ideas specifically on these series, and the character development in these books are just phenomenal. I just have nothing to complain specifically on the books. I really wish that number 9 would come out a little bit sooner, but that's all right. He put a lot of work into the series, in specifically number 9, and it was crazy that it was just announced a couple days ago. So I'm pretty excited. Essentially, there's 8 books in this series. There's number 1, The Stonekeeper; number 2, The Stonekeeper's Curse; number 3 is the Cloud Searchers; number 4 is The Last Council; number 5, Prince of the Elves; number 6 is Escape from Lucian; number 7 is Firelight; number 8, Supernova, a graphic novel. Stonekeeper, and this is the first book, came out in 2008. So this series has been going on for a little bit now, roughly 16 years, with the number 9 coming out in 2024. So yes, it's a pretty great series, and I highly recommend it. But yeah, it's a sci-fi realm ish series and a graphic novel that is mostly geared toward kids. But I was mostly curious on why the series was doing so well, and it looked really good. So I was like, okay, let's just read it, see what's up, and it did not disappoint. And so I'm pretty excited that I got into this series this year. I've been wanting to read them for a little bit now because a lot of people have bought them. A lot of people have been asking about 9, etc. And I'm really glad that that announcement occurred a couple of days ago. All right, Kazu Kibuishi is the author for this series. He was born in Japan, moved here in the United States, and basically he's a graphic novel artist, and this is what he did for the Amleth series. He just made all of the designs and the dialogue for this series. This is why it took so long, because each and every book, he puts in the work in there specifically to get every picture correct, every dialogue correct, get the character development situated for each book, etc. And this series has been going on for 16 plus years, so that consistency over a period of time is just unbelievable. And what he has done for this series is crazy. His art, his art, his dialogue, and what he had put into each and every book to develop a great series is just amazing. And I have a lot of praise and a lot of respect for Kazu for what he has done for this series, which is another big reason why I got into the series. Because a lot of these a lot of these graphic novel artists put in a lot of work, and I'm really glad that he not only does the drawings, but he also puts in the dialogue and everything like that, and that just takes a long time. And especially once you're ending a series, you want the series to end so well. And for this specific, the last book has taken him almost 6 years to complete. So
it's just unbelievable, and the work that he has put into these series just amazes me, and that's really why I got into this series as well. All right, so the news is over. Number 9, the ninth book has just been announced. So let's talk a little bit about that. So before I get into it, I wanted to provide a little story here. So I tweeted at Kazu Kibuishi, and this is what I tweeted on February 27th, 2023 at 3:01 p.m. So I said, this is such a good series. I'm on 8, and the books only get better. So true. They do. They get better. Oh my gosh. Can't wait for number 9 to see the work Kazu has put into this book. If you see this Kazu, when is 9 coming out? Late 2023 or early 2024? Thanks again for a great series. And I tagged him. And so he got back to me actually pretty quickly. It's probably like an hour later. But anyways, this is what he said. We'll let Scholastic announce release when they are ready. I'm wrapping up the final book now, very close to completion. Now, a week after this, Kazu Kibuishi actually tweeted another tweet just on his separate page and his account. And he's like, okay, I got a couple more pages done for Amlet to do. I just had to color them, etc., and it should be done. And I was thinking that those pages will probably take him roughly 1 to 2 months. And so in my back of my mind, once I got that tweet from him, I was like, okay, this is probably going to be released, like my prediction stated, late 2023 or early 2024. And we've been waiting for a month, kind of on the update and everything like that. I'm assuming you finished it, sent it to Scholastic, and Scholastic a couple days ago on Tuesday, the 8th of May, Scholastic just announced number 9, Waverider, and it's coming out February 6th, 2024. So, and I think is a great release date because it allows almost 5-6 more months to market the book, to make a lot more people kind of anxious to get it, and I think they're going to really amp up the marketing over the next couple months, and especially for Christmas time. I think they really want to get it out after Christmas time. I think I think it would be better to release it in November, right before Christmas time. I think that would be great because then a lot more people will buy it. I mean, Christmas time is a time where people buy a lot of things, right? It's a great time for anyone to release a product, I think. But Scholastic was like, okay, let's just release it then. I don't think really the author has any say on the publication date. I'm not really sure. It's actually a really good question. But what ultimately happened was they was like, okay, let's push it. So they pushed it to February 6th, 2024. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So we still gotta wait a year. And the people that have read this series a while ago, 6 years ago, I'm so sorry that you have to still wait one more year. Well, 5 years. Waiting one more year would make it 6, but I'm just really sorry about that. I just finished it like a month ago, and so I'm just waiting a year. I mean, I feel like that's long enough, but I feel bad for all the other people that have read it a while ago and still are waiting for this book. But yes, it's coming out February 6th, 2024. He's put in a lot of work for this book specifically, and it has taken him a long time to write it. And it's actually, this book is the longest time he's written a book. He had other projects to do, which is why it took him a little bit longer to write this book, but also COVID, and he wanted to make the book perfect because it is the final ending to this entire series. He's not going to write another book. He's probably not going to write any other like books over other characters, etc. This is the final ending to the Hamlet series. I think he wanted to provide a great ending to the series. And he might have scratched a lot of ideas. He might have took out a lot of things that he thought he wanted, etc. I think this is going to be the longest book out of the series as well, so I'm pretty excited about that. The crazy thing is for Kazu is he's an artist, yes, but he also writes and provides the dialogue for each and every of the books. And so doing that as well as writing or as well as art, coloring and making the photos and the art in the book, it just takes a long time. The first couple books actually took him like 1 to 2 years, and it just got a little bit longer from there. I think the period of time to make these books, the books got longer, and the period of time just got longer as the book got longer, and then also it's going to be available on February 6th, 2024. Are you guys excited? I'm so excited, and I cannot wait for this series to finally end and to be able to actually pick up that book on that date, be able to look at it, read it probably in the first day, probably read it in the first day, probably read it in one day. That's what I'm going to say. Read it one day and then review it for you guys and tell you guys how it went. I'm not an artist, so that's not going to happen, but it really does motivate me to kind of like, I kind of want to draw now. But it's really cool the work that he's put into it. He's put in a ton of work for this book specifically, and I cannot wait until February 6th, 2024. Let's get it. All right, that is it for the episode. A very quick episode. I just really wanted to announce to you guys the announcement of Amulet number 9, Waverider. And I'm really excited about it. I couldn't hold it in, and I wanted to let you guys know specifically on that new release date. So thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll talk to you potentially next Tuesday or Wednesday over the Hannah Swenson series by Joan Fluke. This is a murder mystery book, but essentially where a baker becomes a detective. It's a really good series, and I'll be talking a lot about that series next, potentially Tuesday or Wednesday. I still gotta record and edit my the episode for that one, so I'll launch it, and it'll probably be Wednesday morning, but we'll see. But thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next week.
If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Goodreads, and Twitter at Johnny's Book Reviews, definitely do that. I provide a ton of reviews on there as well. So Goodreads is just review based. Now for my other social media handles, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc., those are the ones where I provide my reviews, but also videos over the books, and then also provide little pictures of signed books I get, or pictures of quotes I see from books that sparked my interest. I provide a ton of stories on my Instagram page, so definitely stay tuned for those, and definitely check that out at Johnny's Book Reviews. And follow me, of course, too. And then also, I provide a short every day over a book that I see, signed book that I'm getting or have collected, or a review over a book. I'm going to probably hit it more short reviews on that platform, so definitely stay tuned for that. But again, you can follow me on YouTube at Johnny's Book Reviews. So follow me and get awesome tips and book reviews, and also videos, short videos of books that I think look cool, etc. And then also my website at johnnysbookreviews.com. I have a ton of book reviews that I haven't been able to put on here yet. So definitely look at that. I have also a lot of reading questions that I have on there, like how do I save money on books? How have I not spent any money on books, etc., etc. And 1 year I spent no money on books, and I provide a blog on there. So definitely look at that. If you guys want to support this channel, you can give a donation from $2 to $10 per month. That helps out provide better reviews for you guys, or help with equipment, etc., to provide better reviews. And then also, if you guys want to support this channel too, I have merch on the bonfire.com at Johnny's Book Reviews. I have a read bands book where I have 8 banned books that I sparked my interest and that I've read, and they go over a wide range of topics: sexuality, gender, sexual assault, mental health, etc. And I thought those books were really good to put onto the shirt. And so that's what I did. Read banned books. I have 2 lines, and then I also have a Go Read line, Challenge Yourself line, the Johnny's Book Reviews logo line. So definitely check that out at Johnny's Book Reviews on bonfire.com. And then, of course, follow this podcast for more reviews that comes out every Friday. So I'll drop an episode every Friday, roughly around 8 to 10 a.m. So definitely check that out. Stay tuned and follow or subscribe to this podcast.
And again, thank you so much for listening, guys. It's been awesome news to get the information a couple days ago. But if you guys want to support this channel, definitely the support. You can support from $1 to $10. That really helps out the channel, really helps out the podcast, provide better reviews for you guys. So thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys potentially Tuesday or Wednesday. Bye.